Hey guys, OJ here. Welcome to the Fight Rope Show. If you haven't tuned in already, check out today's Fight Rope Freestyle. Fight Rope 5-minute freestyle. If you get a chance, it's on our YouTube channel, Instagram, and Facebook handle. So again, just talking about what is Fight Rope? What does it mean? What's the mission? What's the vision? What's the goal? It started out with a dream. Grew up jump roping throughout my entire childhood, adolescence. Every sport I played, I participated in jumping rope, skipping rope as a form of conditioning. Well as understanding that the need of conditioning was there, I grew and developed more into not only cardio conditioning, but understanding stability, balance, mobility, inertia, explosiveness. I was a grade school, middle school, high school, I wrestled for the United States Navy, and I also, after my 4 years in the military, I went to wrestle at Arizona State University. And every part of that journey through the sport of wrestling, jump roping was a big tool that was used. And I always had thought we jump roped in the winter because it was cold, so we didn't run as much outside if it was raining or the weather just didn't call for it. So I thought that's why we did a lot of the jump roping inside. But the jump roping was not simply because we were a winter sport, that wrestling was a winter sport, and that was an alternative to running. It was an actual tool used for stability, creating the inertia, like I mentioned, explosiveness, to generate the power to take your opponent down, essentially, while also working on timing and rhythm and creating that balance to actually help you through a 7-minute match or an overtime match or an entire tournament or an entire season. So jump roping was a big part of my upbringing. As I mentioned before, my father was a professional boxer, so we used to watch, my brothers and I, my dad, consistently weekly jump roping, even to this day. And so it's something that we always had accessible as a tool in our backpacks. If you look now in every one of my gym bags, I have a gym bag for every occasion, and there is a jump rope in every bag. And I grew up like that. I used to actually walk around with my dad's boxing bag, his professional gym bag, and I would use that as a kid growing up, always having my jump rope tucked away. And it was so cool because my dad had the old school leather jump rope with the wooden handles where they would actually take the time to oil and grease that leather rope. So we grew up with that experience of the rope, and just hearing the whip and the timing and the movement, especially to music, was a great thing to have growing up. And it stuck with me till today. Here I am, an older man here in my 30s, and I'm still jumping rope in the park, in the garage, carport, at the gym, MMA, in the wrestling room. It's a big part of a lot of my strength and conditioning, and it will be till I can't do it anymore. So why is it important to me? Just knowing, again, it has been a part of my life, a tool that has guided me through. My vision for Fight Rope was to just share that development, share the understanding that really everything is generated through our feet. And it's a functional movement. It's locomotion. As a good friend, the creator of the Bosu Ball, David Weck, is always stated saying, always be coiling, ABC. So it doesn't really have to do with a specific sport, though it is a beneficial tool for it, but also everyday life. You're gonna move, you're gonna be functional, you're getting out of bed, you're getting into bed, you're getting out of the car, into the car, out of the office chair, into the office. You're constantly in and out moving. So it focuses on movement, understanding the importance of movement, the understanding where that generates from. When you propel, stand up, push off on a sprint, on the track, in a boxing match, you're pushing off that foot, whether it's the back or front foot, you're using the energy generated through your feet and creating that motion, creating the movement. And as David Weck says, always be coiling. You're always coiling, whatever you're doing. You're picking someone up, you're grabbing for your pocket, you're reaching up for, you're always upwards, you're always coiling, you're always movement and constant motion. So understanding that is a big part of, again, my experience as an athlete and as a jump roper, as a certified jump roping coach. It's my mission to share that, and understanding that movement isn't everything we do. We want to be able to have that movement throughout our entire lives, through our entire body. But not just movement of the body, but the heart, the mind, the spirit as well, in conjunction with one another, right? In that energy field that you create through the feet up, excuse me. But that comes and is generated through movement, then balance, timing, rhythm, stability, coordination, and then also cardio conditioning. So it's a way of being, it's a way of life where you can have access to a tool, which is a simple jump rope. What is a jump rope? It's plastic handles with a rubber rope. And that's it. But it's what you do with that, how you create with that. And so I have always looked at it as a form of creativity, a creativity tool, my creative genius, which is what the fight rope represents for me, is wanting to share this tool that I had taken through childhood up and now into adulthood as a professional fighter, but also something that I used when I was in law enforcement and I'm in a patrol car and I don't have time to work out. I step out of the vehicle, I get a couple rounds of jump roping, and I'm back. I have the energy I didn't have moments ago, more movement, blood flow in my body. My mind is a little sharper. And the same when I was overseas in the military. I didn't have the liberties and the freedoms we have at home to go to a gym. So what would I do? I would, while I'm had downtime, before I woke up, before I went to bed, excuse me, directly as I would wake up. Yes, I do jump rope in my sleep. So yeah, that's a different set right there. It's a different technique. But in the military, I had access to a jump rope, and that jump rope followed me all 4 years of the military, and during my time overseas. I had a tool. I used it. It freed tension in my body. It helped me release those feel-good endorphins from exercising and training, and all that generating through my feet is a big part of my style of fighting, constantly moving, head movement, footwork, angles. So all that has been important to me. But for me, I wanted to share that story, that part of me, my life, who I am, Orlando Jimenez, aka OJ, the fight rope coach. So I'm here. Stay tuned for more tutorial videos to come, and if you can, leave comments so we can better address any jump roping concerns you have, or routines and circuits and training regimens that you would like to see.